Trey, it's time to anchor.
But are you seeing what's happening outside?
I don't care. It's time to anchor.
Just come look outside.
Merry Christmas!
Welcome to this week's Kram.
We have another exciting episode lined up for you this week.
Let's jump right in.
Ball Through Buck signups have started already for this year's event.
But a lot of people don't know a lot about who this program helps and the impact that it has.
We met Norah Eben and her family. Norah is one of our two hero children. She is 7 years old, likes whales, and is full of life.
Jada, play it for. Jada, play it for. Jada, play it for.
Norah is a 7-year-old girl battling leukemia. This is the story of her and her family. They told us about Norah's continuing battle with leukemia and how it has affected their family.
It was actually May 20th, that night, she woke up crying, and just kind of a weird cry that was a little different than anything I'd heard. And I had no idea what was going on. The pain would move, and nothing I could do would ease the pain.
Went to church and we said, if she's not better by lunch, we'll take her back in and just see what's going on. So sure enough, she wasn't better. We took her in.
And the doctor said, why don't you call Jaina into the hospital? Have your husband bring her in. Does she live very far?
At that point, I kind of had an inkling. If the doctor says come in, bring your husband in, I figured something was up.
I said, no, we live pretty close. So Jared brought Jaina into the hospital. And once Jaina got in there and hugged Norah and calmed her down a little bit.
And at that time he said, hey, we figured out what's going on, which is the good news.
The bad news is I'm pretty certain Norah has leukemia.
And so definitely kind of just punches you in the gut as a parent at that point, just to hear that your kid has cancer. The hope, though, I guess, in it was, he said, which was kind of an interesting comment at the time, is he said, we're just really happy it's not something more serious.
The good news is that the form of leukemia that he thought it was curable.
It was amazing that even in that moment of hearing that your child has cancer, to have a physician, who puts hope out there in front of you, like, hey, we're going to fight this together. So it was pretty neat.
It hasn't been easy for them, though luckily friends have helped along the way.
I help her take medicine.
I go to the hospital with her.
Oh, the people that have come from all over to help us out has been amazing, supporting us on the good days and cheering us on those good days. And then on the bad days, just bringing us meals and cleaning our house for us and mowing our yard. So many friends have done those kind of practical everyday things. And then our family has sent bows for Norah when she was bald.
The short answer, I guess, would be it's an endless amount of people who have really supported us.
Norah and her family talked about what keeps them going and what gives them a positive outlook.
I would say our faith, absolutely. We have a hope that there's, a greater plan in all of this.
Definitely a hope that someday she's going to be better. And then also just seeing other families go through trials of their own with cancer it really pushes us to think outside of ourselves and to encourage others.
The family left us with a few final words.
I would just say thank you to, again, all the people who have helped us. And the other people I didn't mention that I would definitely want to thank would be the care team that has really come around Norah. It's been amazing.
Just continually knowing that others are praying for us and, coming along beside us has really, really been awesome.
I think a lot of times when you're fighting any type of adversity, and this is just what our family is fighting, every family has something that they're fighting. When you really come together to fight together, that gives you hope. That can inspire you to do something as a group and as a family.
Shave your head, do it.
Rampart, make sure and contribute or sign up for Bald for Bucks to support Norah and everyone like her. This has been Griffin Ray for KRAM reporting.
So I'm really happy that you're doing it, and it's really supporting me.
We encourage all students to get involved in our Bald for Bucks program.
We would like to especially thank the Hero family for talking to us about the impact cancer can have on a family.
Rampart has an extensive list of electives to be involved in.
We took a closer look at Rampart's woodworking program and some of the awesome work that they do.
Let's take a look.
The sounds coming from Woodshop class in room 101 can be heard throughout Rampart High School. Woodshop is where students can go to create.
Woodshop is a situation where they get to learn all the machines that are in a woodshop and usually create wood products that are creative and use their problem-solving skills to make wood things.
Woodshop is about creativity and making the way something you want it to be and the way you want it, your design.
Students in Woodshop enjoy the freedom in this class and that it is not a typical classroom environment.
So I like making things out of wood. It's actually kind of cool. I've always been like a creative person, so it's kind of fun to be able to like mess around with stuff and shape it.
I think it's the creative aspect of, because I try to come up with projects that they can do, but always have a creative aspect to that, and they can make whatever they want to within those parameters. So it's a creative class.
Working with wood can be both challenging and rewarding.
The best moments of Woodshop is when you come up with a fun new idea for a project that you can make.
The best parts of Woodshop is when you're finished making something and then you get to keep it.
I think the best parts are when you have all those pieces and you're just piecing them together.
The worst moments are probably when you accidentally mess something up and you have to spend a little bit of time adjusting the wood or fixing it.
And then the worst part is getting used to the new equipment, because it's a little scary at first, but then you get used to it.
Honestly, the worst part is sanding, like hand sanding, because like it takes time.
The motivations for taking this class are varied.
We feel like we use all the curriculums that we have here at Rampart, the math, the social studies. We try to delve into that in our curriculum as well. So it's kind of a very applied educational thing. Some of the students come in not knowing what Woodshop's all about, but it's fun, but it's also very academic, so worthwhile for all.
There are many objects that can be made in Woodshop.
I've created a wooden little box, a pencil cup, and a pen, and a nice giant nameplate.
I have created a box, a bowl, a 2x4 name, and a name and pen set.
If Woodshop seems like a class for you, you can enlist for next year during the enrollment course sign-up.
You just have to sign up. There's a prerequisite for the cabinetry classes of taking the Intro to Woods. After that, they can take Cabinetry 1 and then Cabinetry 2, and then there's a construction class as well where they learn about house and construction.
This has been Mara Dana reporting for KRAM.
If woodworking interests you, consider enrolling in Mr. Phillips' classes for next semester.
Finals are coming up, and we guarantee that a lot of our student body is feeling the heat.
Seeing as stress is prominent among the student body, we got some advice on how to deal with stress in a constructive way.
Here at Rampart, stress is a part of every semester and finals season. While everyone has their own ways of dealing with stress, the students and counselors of Rampart have came together to offer healthy ways to deal with the stress school can cause.
Stress can impact people in different ways. So when dealing with school stress, it's really important. I always try to tell students to really chunk what they're looking at. When we look at a mountain and we're having like a vision of just straight up, it can be really overwhelming. But there's always different ways to get up a mountain. So I try to talk to them about looking at maybe focusing on one assignment at a time, one class at a time, and really speaking with teachers on what they can do to raise those grades, or how to tackle projects, or what is needed to really get them in a place where they can be more successful. So with classes, that's the main way I kind of talk to students about raising grades and being successful academically.
For students, the stress can vary from one student to another, and some feel more stressed than others. We specifically ask students to rate their stress levels at the end of the semester.
I'd say probably like a 7 or an 8.
I'd say about a 5 to 6.
Probably like a 6 or a 7.
A 3.
Probably like 9.5, around that.
The student body even offers solutions.
There's sources of strength, which you can go talk to if you're ever feeling stressed, and you can go talk to a counselor or something like that.
For sure, some of my favorite teachers, Miss Delmonico, counseling, all that other good stuff.
They have the counselors, and they also have multiple places in the school to where they could go if you are feeling stressed.
Remember, Rams, stress is a part of academic life, and don't be afraid to ask for support when you need it. This has been Sydney Campney, signing off for Kram.
With finals coming up, make sure you're getting plenty of rest and enough nutrients.
And also make sure you're studying for a successful finals week.
Rampart Swim Program is having an awesome swim season.
They just beat Pine Creek in a duel on Tuesday, 96-91.
Let's dive right in.
It's the start of another winter sport again, and swimming is just warming up.
I think swim and dive, the best parts are that the girls are super fun, and I don't know, I've always had a love for like the water, so like that's what got me into it, and I've stuck with it since.
I've met a lot of really cool new friends, and I always have fun at practice, especially high school practices.
The best part of swim is the relationships that we have, because we just all are so close.
Not everything is easy in swimming. There are times when our girls have to push harder than others.
The mentality. You have to have such high mental ability, because when you're in the water, you have to think about your event and how you swim it, and those people next to me, what are they doing? How are they swimming? How can I get to them? How can I pass them? How can I do this, that, and the other thing?
I think the most difficult is waking up at like 5 in the morning and then working out for 2 hours and giving it your all. That's pretty hard.
I think the most difficult part of swim is having to motivate yourself to come to practice and work your best every day, because it's really hard to do that all the time.
Each girl has her own specialty. Those specialties have led our girls to 2 state championships.
I swim the 50 free, the 100 free, and the 100 back.
So for swimming, I'm primarily a 100 backstroke, 200 IMer, but I also medal in the 50 free and the 100 fly.
I am a 500er and a 100 backstroker.
One among these talented girls has brought something special to the team. Lael Bravold is one of the talented and dedicated swimmers.
I'm kind of a quote-unquote wild card, because I can swim any of them and all of them, but the main ones that I am usually put into is the 200 medley relay, the 200 free, either the 500 or the 100 fly, and the 200 or 400 free relay.
She's helped lead the team to many victories and become one of the important leaders.
Swimming with her, my first practice with Rampart, I was in the same lane as her, and I was like, oh my gosh, this girl is so fast. But she's like the happiest swimmer to be around, so it's pretty cool.
I met her our freshman year. She's a very, very nice person. I love her. She's just such a big influence on the team and on all the girls. She just has that kind of presence.
Lael is a really motivated swimmer. She always tries her best no matter what, and she's really good at it.
Lael has been swimming for nearly 8 years and was invited to compete in this year's Junior National competition.
So Junior Nationals is in Seattle this year, and I'm swimming 3 events. One of them is an actual cut, and I have 2 bonus cuts. My actual cut is the 200 fly. My bonus cuts are the 100 fly and the 500.
The Junior National meet can lead to the Olympic trials. Lael strives to compete in the 2020 Olympics and continue her swimming career into college.
That's the goal, but got a little while. I am planning on swimming through college, and I'm still officially undecided, but I am leaning more towards Wyoming.
Good luck at Junior Nationals, Lael, and keep up the good work to our girls swim team. This has been Caitlin Zeiger, signing off.
Make sure you support our girls swim team at their next competition, January 14th against Palmer at 4 p.m. in the Rampart Pool.
In our continuing ad campaign for No Place for Hate, this week's PSA focuses on small acts of kindness.
See Miss Anthony or Miss Reith if you want to get involved with No Place for Hate, and we can all look out for our fellow Rams.
As we end the semester, we thought we'd take a look at what it means to be a Rampart Ram and have school spirit.
We singled out one day to ask our student body what the Rampart community is really all about. We chose December 6th, the day of the senior breakfast and the winter sports assembly.
School spirit is the lifeblood of any school. Kram set out to determine how Rampart shows school spirit by picking one day with school events and talking to our student body about the school spirit and the community. We picked December 6th, the day of the senior breakfast and the winter sports assembly.
Rampart community is so awesome, I think, compared to a lot of other high schools. I mean, like when you walk in Rampart, you can just I think you can really feel like just like a welcoming community, and like even the staff members, they always welcome you and greet you when you walk in, and I think Rampart's just like genuinely a place that everyone wants to be because it's like so like positive, and I love that about the school.
I think it's pretty positive overall. It's really supportive. There's a lot of friendships. There's a really good communication between the teachers and the students, and everyone just gets along great compared to other schools that I've seen. This school really has a positive and fantastic atmosphere overall.
A lot of planning goes into events like the senior breakfast and the winter sports assembly.
It takes a couple months and a team of people. Everyone in Stuco does their part, and we just try to make sure that every event goes smoothly and nicely. But I would say we plan each event like 2 or 3 months in advance.
Rampart seniors are especially important to school spirit, as they set the tone for the rest of the students.
We have senior events because before graduation, it's your last time to be all together. For all these years we've been together, it's just a good time to eat food and talk.
It's our last year here. It's a way to bring everyone together, and they're important because they bring the senior class together and bring them closer.
Senior events are important just to have a last hurrah of high school, to unite the class. It gives us something to look forward to. I think a lot of times this time of year is really stressful for a lot of seniors with college apps and all that good stuff. And so events like this just allow us to all come together, have some fun, and take a break.
It's events like these that bring Rampart together as a community. The school spirit at Rampart defines our community. Make sure and show your school spirit in the future, Rams. It's what makes our school great. This is Owen Reeves, reporting for Kram.
Get involved in the Rampart community and contribute to our school spirit, Rams.
Another excitement-packed episode this week.
Good luck on your finals, Rams. Study hard and have a happy holiday season.
Signing off, this is Trey Kennedy.
And this is Rachel Yates. Have a great week, Rampart.
Just call me Santa, baby.
No. I'm both anchors now. One take Yates.
No.
Was that or was that not? One take Yates.
It's more one steady Kennedy.
One steady Kennedy. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
It's better than one take Yates.
No, one take Yates is iconic.
It's having an amazing awesome swim.
Have a happy solid holiday. Head on my shoulder.